Good morning, everyone. Dennis here. Today is Saturday, May the 21st. You can see it's quite foggy this morning. I want to go ahead and start up the truck, and I'll show y'all what I got going on. We're actually getting ready, or I'm getting ready to head to town. Let's go get that motor mount for this car. I got a couple other errands to run as well, and hopefully when I get home, I will be able to. Where the heck did I put that mount? I forgot I already took it off. There it is. This broke thing. So hopefully when I get back I'll be able to start working on this thing. So I'm gonna get the truck ready to go, and got my tools in there already, and we'll see y'all in a little bit. Maybe I'll film a little at the junkyard if they don't, see me doing it. Alright, I found my donor car here. I gotta move this pipe they got holding the hood up, but I found one a minute ago, and it was already broken in the exact same spot. This one looks good, so I'll go ahead and take it off, and I'll show y'all when I get it off. Alright, so here we are. That back bolt right there is a, pardon the French, but it is. With that plenum on and everything, it is a pain. I spent over 5 minutes on that bolt just alone. But here we are. See y'all back at the house. Hey everybody, Dennis here. We're back from the junkyard. And here's the engine bracket, motor mount bracket. And here is the intake manifold back from the shop, back all cleaned up. I cleaned it in the bar saw tank, and then I took the wire wheel and cleaned up all the grime, blew it off with a lot of compressed air and all that good stuff. Looks pretty darn good, I think. There is some pitting, not much. If I can get to hold it still. I talked to a GM mechanic friend of mine, being as I don't work on GMs professionally, and he was saying not to worry about it, just clean it up and you ought to be good. I did do an intake manifold on my 92 C1500, had a 5.7, and I did that 5 or 6 years ago. I don't even have that truck anymore, and I had to redo it twice, or I had to redo it once, and where it was actually leaking at, and it was leaking coolant. That was the whole reason why I did it. The coolant jacket for the intake was about right here on this side of it, and it was pitted all the way around it, and that's where it was seeping out of. But it had, I believe, metal gaskets, and what I ended up doing was taking some engine silicone and putting it around that hole that was there, on both sides of the gasket. And worked all good. Didn't have the coolant leak anymore, but about 2 weeks later I had an oil leak, and what had happened there was on that truck you ran a bead of silicone on the front and on the back. Didn't have the little rubber strips, and when I set the intake down, I pushed it off, and I ended up getting an oil leak. But second go around, I did pretty good, and I had that truck for another 1.5 years, 2 years, never had another oil leak or coolant leak on it. So I think I did good there. So now if we can just do the same thing on this car, get it done right the first time, and get on with it. What I'm going to do now is I'm gonna go ahead and do the back spark plugs. And for the life of me, I just now thought about it, I did not look to see, get this out of here, if the valve cover, I'm going to take it off the tripod, I'm trying to hold it up. I did not look while I was at the junkyard to see if that valve cover pokes out like this one does. It does it in 2 spots. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I guess I'll find out when I pull it off, but it doesn't on the back. So I don't know if I got a warped valve cover. It's possible. I can't see the backside to really tell, but I'm gonna look online and see if I can find a picture of a valve cover, because neither of my auto parts stores that I deal with could get it. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'm gonna start doing the tune-up on this thing. Hey everybody, Dennis here. Today is Sunday, I believe May the 29th. Don't hold me to that. Yep, May 29th. Back on this 3.8 Impala. Didn't get to film any last weekend after I went to the junkyard due to, by the time I got back, it was already mid-afternoon and hot, and also when I actually did come out here to work around 5 o'clock in the evening, my friendly neighborhood poacher decided to go mud riding through the woods, so it just caused all kinds of noise and everything, and y'all, that's all y'all would have heard was me cussing and him mud riding. So anyway, so didn't film any last weekend. I worked on the car actually last night about 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock last night. I've been using the spotlights and the LED bar here, and what I did last night was I replaced finally got the back plug wires off and got the back plugs replaced. I'm going to show y'all the plugs. Pull a new one out so I can show y'all the difference, show you how wore out they are. These are Delcos. Took Delcos out, put Delcos in. See if y'all can see how worn down that is. Also, I actually had replaced 4 of the 6 plugs, I think, and at the time I had problems getting the wires off, and they didn't have wires, so I didn't want to break them. So I just didn't pull all of them off. So I got the back plugs replaced. I got the valve cover unbolted. And what I'm fixing to do is pull that rear valve cover off. Before I do that, while I'm thinking about it fresh on my mind, the front valve cover on this 3.8 is under a recall. So I'm going to have to take the car down to the dealer and get it replaced. A buddy of mine works at a dealership next to me, and he's going to hook me up. He got the part ordered, so I just got to get this back together and get it down there. Get that taken care of. So I'll be right back, and we'll be pulling that back valve cover off. Now I've already sprayed the back valve cover around it. I blew it with compressed air, trying to get as much grime off of it, that way it doesn't get down into the valves. So anyway, like I said, I undid all the bolts, got all the grommets and everything out. It should be just simple to pop off. Problem I could foresee is this little setup I got here holding this motor forward, but we'll just have to see what happens. See if I can get it around it. I may have to release it, or at least going back on. I'll probably have to try and keep intake ports covered up. Here she goes. I don't know if I can get the right angle, but y'all can see how flat that gasket is. This is quite possibly the original valve cover gasket on this car. I honestly couldn't tell you, because I haven't done any, I don't have the service history on the car other than what I've done. I haven't done. It actually is surprisingly flexible, malleable, I guess you'd say, but it's leaking. It's flat. It's trash. So I got to clean this up, which is what I'm fixing to do. These valve covers are plastic, probably not GM's greatest design. I don't really like a whole lot of plastic parts on an engine. They're prone to warping, which is what's wrong with the front one. But I'm going to get some brake cleaner, some compressed air, and I'm going to clean this thing up, and I'll show y'all real quick what it looks like now, and we can get an after. Turn that off before I get another content ID claim. Alright, so what I've done over the past couple minutes is I got the valve cover cleaned up the best I could anyway. Looks a lot better. still plastic. But anyway, I went ahead and got a grommet kit, which the grommets on there, they're still soft. I mean, even hell, the valve cover gasket was still soft, but it was leaking, so we're replacing it. I've been burned before with Felpro gaskets on other applications. I'm hoping I'll be alright here. Hoping I get, you know, at least 80, 100,000 miles out of these. But the old valve cover gasket was still malleable enough. I tied the wire harness out of the way here, and it didn't break, but it was flat, so I mean that's why it was leaking. Anyway, go ahead and yes, I did get my strap out of the way and let the engine kind of fall back. That's going to make it easier to get this in. So that's what I'm fixing to do. We'll go ahead and get that installed, reinstalled, I should say. Before I get committed, I was trying to check, make sure the gasket hadn't rolled off the back. That other job where that's kind of bit me in the butt. And, these are 8mm bolts. Excuse me, 10mm. Now I'm sure there's an actual torque specification, but we're going to use the good old German spec, good and tight, good and tight. If you've been doing this stuff long enough for a living, you pretty much know when to quit. So. And of course, I still do a star pattern from the inside out. Alright, now that I got this back, alright, so the back valve cover is reinstalled, and all I got to do is pull the engine back forward, and I can install my plug wires, and at least they'll be plugged in, and I can just lay them to the back and let the engine fall back where it's at now, and get ready to reinstall the lower intake manifold. So y'all stay tuned. So I've had this box of plug wires for this car in my trunk, and I opened it up. I knew they were in there. I found the other two Bosch Platinum Fusion plugs I never put on because I couldn't get the wires off. I also found the receipt from when I bought these plugs. See if y'all can see that. 2012. These things have been in my trunk for 4 years. Oh, so I guess it's about time for them to get used. I'm pretty sure the ones on the car are the original ones because they are labeled with the cylinders 246, 135. I don't think these are. Matter of fact, I got one. Which kind of sucks because it means I got to sit there and do them lengthwise, or measure the length of them and kind of guess. That may not be perfect. May have too much, whatever. But that'll be something I'll do off camera. That way I don't have to bore y'all with that. So if you've ever done plug wires, y'all know what I'm talking about. So, I think unless you order them directly from the dealer, you're going to have unlabeled and different length wires. So I can see here they're all different lengths. But, anyway, I'll bring y'all back when I get done with all of that. Alright y'all, sorry about that. I didn't get done what I said I was going to get done. A neighbor stopped by and we chatted for a minute, and he went to leave because we're starting to get some thunder off in the distance and it's looking like it's going to rain, so I'm about to clean up myself and get all this squared away, get my tools in the truck and all that good stuff. Matter of fact, there's some thunder right there, but I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. I got the back valve cover done. I started on the plug wires. Have to do that another day. But y'all, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and y'all stay tuned for continuing on this. Hopefully in the next week or two I'll have it back together and running. But we'll